back to WDRB Media, the voice of the community. You're listening to Lab Certified. I'm your host, Andre Speech. Segment 3 with Parker Stiles, assistant coach with Lab University Christian Academy. We've been talking a lot about, Lab U and the high school action, but I know you have some ties with the Hornets here in Charlotte, NBA team, and it's pretty cool. We actually have a game coming up that we're going to play at the Spectrum Center, which is home of the Hornets, on the day before Thanksgiving. So if any of you guys are in town, you want to watch some good high school basketball, the Lab Certified Thanksgiving Classic is November 26th. The Lab University Kings will be facing Combine Select. So Parker, Wiz, I know you've been doing some things with the Hornets. You're part of their summer program with the Hornets Hoops. Talk to me a little bit about the Hornets. What got you into that? What you've been doing with them?
Yeah, so I grew up going to those camps, the Hornets Hoops camps, over the summer, and they were big on my development when I was younger, and even getting older, I enjoyed going to the camps, and I always had a special bond with the coaches and the directors there. So as I got older and I started when I graduated high school, just looking for jobs, I got back in contact with a guy who actually was my coach when he was still a coach and a counselor, Ty Bogues, who he's the head director now.
That's my man Mugsy's son.
Yeah, and he's got another title with the Hornets. I'm not sure, but I know that the main thing that he does is he puts together all the camps and stuff. So he's my boss with that. So I reached out to him, and I was grateful enough that he gave me a job, and I've directed some camps myself throughout the school year. We have like little day or like maybe 2-day clinics that'll be a few hours that I've directed myself, and then the summer stuff too. So that's it's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, the Hornets have done quite a few things at Lab City, which is where we play all our games at. So I really like what they do. I like how they're in the community. I like how they are growing. So as you've experienced a little bit of high school, you've experienced some stuff with the pros. Talk to me a little bit about things that they do in the pros or with the Hornets specifically that you think we could bring down, implement with our guys at Lab U.
Yeah, and some of the stuff that I've noticed with them, we have already kind of started doing that, but I think a lot of it is more of I think the strength and conditioning at that level is very, very rigorous. Like it's very intense, and that's what they put a lot of their focus on. I mean, to be a pro, you have to be very strong, very, very obviously very in shape, very conditioned, and there's a difference than being in good shape and in game pro shape. So that's what I feel like prepping our guys for the next level. That's something that we can continue to focus on. And at their level, they have a lot of sets and a lot of actions there too.
Yeah.
But I feel like personally in the league, with as talented as guys are, they don't really run as many actions or sets as you would think that they do for what they have. I feel like at the high school level, we execute more of more elaborate sets, more stuff that has different reads, layers on top of layers. Where in the league, I feel like it's they run a set, and if it breaks down, they just go into ISO ball, which is what they could do because they're pros and they're good enough to do that. So
Correct.
There's that difference there.
When you look at things that the pros run, and you talk about having the best players on the planet, I try to implement some of that because we have really good players at the high school level. So there's some things that only require maybe 2-man action and just let 2 really good players work off each other and let the other 3 guys kind of spot up. So it is parts of what they run in the league that I try to bring down because, if you got really good guys, whether it's in high school, college, or pros, you want the ball in their hands and let good players do what they do. So I kind of piggyback on what you said. I think we can bring some of that action to what we do. Obviously, I'm not comparing our guys to pros, but we got a really good guard. We got a really good post or a wing. Like we want those guys to have the ball and do stuff with it because it only makes your opportunity to be effective better.
100%.
As we get ready to wrap it up, what you think is going to be the outcome of the NBA season this year? Who you like coming out the West? Who you like coming out of the East?
Man, as of right now, I mean, Victor Wembanyama seems completely unstoppable.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy and that Spurs team, if De'Aaron Fox can get back healthy, I would not be too surprised if the Spurs are the team to make it out of the West. I also like Houston's odds this year. I think Houston looks real good with Durant being there. It looks like he hasn't really
They got to
slowed
shore
down
up that
much.
point guard position. I don't know if you can go a whole season with a man playing the point. I
Right.
think, but I agree with you on both of those. Who you like out east? A little bit tougher.
It's a little bit tough. Well, the East is just a little bit weaker in my opinion. Right now, I don't know. I like Cleveland. I've always thought that Cleveland's got a pretty well rounded team. I'm not saying that they are going to make it out of these, but those would be like my sleeper. Like kind of, I wouldn't be super surprised if Cleveland makes it out of it.
I'm kind of there with you. I'd probably lean just because of the injuries in Indiana, the injuries in Boston. I kind of feel like Milwaukee, Cleveland, and New York will be right there at the top, but it could go any way. Don't forget about Orlando.
I was going to mention Orlando. They got a little bit more. They got what they needed in Bane in the offseason.
Correct.
I don't know how. I feel like they need like one more piece there. I don't know if they're ready to make that big push yet, but they could definitely surprise some people. I like Paolo's game, so
Agreed. Well, Park, I appreciate you dropping in studio today. I think I'd love to have you back in, at some point in the season, kind of discuss how we're looking. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Be sure to drop in every Wednesday at 7 to Lab Certified here on WDRB Media. You've been listening to us. I'm your host, Andre Speech. We'll be back at it next week. Stay tuned. We out.